Welcome back to the program. Lou and Michelle here. A lot of people excited about what is going on downtown right now because the Home and Garden Show is there, getting everybody excited about spring coming up. And that's the reason we have a very special guest joining us in the studio.
We do. Another one of the great, she's going to be speaking down there over the weekend. Angela Fritz is joining us. She is with the Halftime Company that she started over there in Nevada. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I love this is my favorite topic, or one of my favorites. I have many, but this is one of us. This is right up there talking about gardening and the importance of growing things in our yards. But first, I'm not real familiar with Halftime Company.
Yeah, tell us about this.
Share just what your company does and all of that.
So I started Halftime Company just a year ago. It was something that I had ideas about for a long time, and I finally just decided to just go for it, act on that urge. There's no better time to start than the present. So I started, launched everything just at the end of February, launched website, social media, put in a U-Pick flower farm just south of Nevada.
Okay.
And so that's open seasonally, and you can come and select your own blooms. We have a little garden cart out there that you can come, and it's an On Your Honor system. And we have a number of workshops as well. Really the theme is to try to connect you to a growing your own or homegrown lifestyle. So it could be things that you make or learn about growing your own, and just looking to expand on that as opportunities arise.
Okay. So. Do you do workshops pretty much throughout the year, or focusing mainly on kind of during the growing season?
They've been throughout the year, just as things are available and as ideas are able to come to fruition. So.
Okay. And when are the workshops usually happening?
It's kind of at a variety of different times. I just had a couple here in the last month. We had a fairy garden build and a paint your own garden gnome. And I probably won't schedule any more closer till spring. We have a garden basics workshop series coming up as well.
Okay, so. And that one's coming. You got to get registered for that later in the month. It looks like
by the 25th.
Look at those guys. Very cool. But why was it so important for you to get this project off the ground?
Well, I work full-time in finance and corporate finance, and I really enjoy, and maybe it's a therapeutic aspect for me of gardening and doing those types of things. And I really just maybe needed a little bit more balance in my life, and I love connecting with people and developing relationships, and this just seemed to be a good place to bring all that together. And it's been such an amazing ride so far. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot of new skills, things that I don't necessarily do in my day-to-day. But I think what you learn by trying new things and what you've learned through your own experience, if you can bring those together and synergize those, I think they just leverage one another so well, and this has been a great opportunity to do that. So
very nice. Well, so you're fairly new.
Yes.
But for people that they want to kind of hear from you personally, they have an opportunity to learn from you this weekend at the Home and Garden. So you're putting on a couple of different talks. Let's talk about those.
So I was able to talk last night about herb gardening, and then both tonight at 5 o'clock and tomorrow at 11:30, I'm going to be giving a garden basics overview.
Okay.
So really trying to go through what are the things that you need to know from where you're starting to where you want to go. Really take a look at what your ambition is and make sure that you can put a plan together that complements that. You don't want to overcommit, things like that, but it's just important to start.
Because if you try to start too big and then it can be frustrating, then it kind of deters you from, start. It's good advice there.
I want to learn a little more about what you talked about last night. You talked about herb garden.
Yes.
What type of things were you hitting on last night?
So last night I just tried to cover 6 or 7 of the most popular herbs.
Okay, which are?
So I covered chives, mint, I call it the mojito plant, right?
Yeah.
Basil, cilantro, parsley, and
dill?
Dill, yes, exactly.
Please tell me dill's up there. That's one of my favorites.
But these are all really easy to grow, aren't they?
Yeah, a couple are perennials and a few are great ones to grow from seed, but are, I think, easy to grow from seed. So we talked about just how to grow them, some companion planting, and just different things that you can do to incorporate herbs into your cooking or your home.
Now, is herbs, are they something that you can only grow outside, or is this something you can bring inside?
There are some that you can bring inside during the winter. I know a lot of people bring like a rosemary plant in over the winter, and I've tried different things and have had a wide variety of success and failure with it. But
growing them indoors is tricky, because I have like an counter, built garden and a grow light underneath the counters, but it is tricky.
Yeah.
It's
even
harder
sometimes
to even those ones that are really easy to grow.
Yes.
But I'm sure you have some
indoors.
ideas of how to make the most out of what you do outside
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
spring and summer months, and to be able to
Yes.
use those products throughout the rest of the year
Yes.
then too.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to gardening in general, what are some of the things, some of the basic tips that you're going to be relaying here today and tomorrow?
Well, what I'm really going to try to cover most is starting where you are, understanding some basic things, like, for example, what is your grow zone? Because I think a lot of people have questions, well, can I grow this, or when do I start this? And the first question and response always is, well, what is your growing zone? Like, for example, your USDA grow zone. If you know that, then you know in relation to the calendar what your parameters are and how to start.
And how does somebody find out what their grow zone
Well, you can
is?
just Google it, you know,
Okay.
USDA grow zone, and then it'll tell you when your frost-free date is, or what chances are of a certain frost at certain dates, and that kind of allows you to assess that versus a plant's particular hardiness. Some of them are
And our
frost-free.
growing season is getting a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I learned about that last night too, that warming up a
Oh,
little bit.
sure.
So what would you suggest for somebody that maybe they haven't had real good luck with gardens, and they abandoned them for a couple of years and they want to get back into it? What would you suggest getting into? What type of vegetables or flowers would you suggest?
Well, I think herbs are a nice way to start.
Herbs.
You can even start as simply as having a pot of herbs on your back deck, or maybe even a pot of leafy greens. Some lettuces and things like that are easy to grow. And a lot of those things you can get started on earlier in the growing season. If you want to dive deeper, I have a Garden Basics course coming up, and we'll cover some of that. You know, really just reach out. There's a lot of community and a lot of different things online that you can do to research. But I always do say too, like, don't go too deep into Pinterest, right? Because
Yeah.
you'll just get all these ideas about things that are probably beyond anything that is really
Especially if you're just
achievable.
starting out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talk about
Find something.
your meeting with with teaching and the workshops and speaking and so forth. And what are the things that you're finding from the people that you're talking to and teaching that they're most interested in, or because I know there's just such growing interest in gardens and getting things growing in our own
Yeah.
backyards. But what are you finding they're most kind of intrigued and interested in getting into?
I think maybe simple ways to have success.
Okay.
Like herbs. I know I've taught on that before. I actually taught a little bit about the companion planting aspect of that in a course.
Yeah, what
and
does that mean, companion
So
planting?
companion planting is really allowing some of your plants to do the work for you. In some cases, plants will complement growth of another. In some cases, they will be antagonistic to another too. So if you kind of decide what you want to grow and then maybe just do a little research on that, you can then use that as a part of the strategy of figuring out your garden plan. So,
All right, how does one plant help another one grow?
well, it said, like, for example, mint is supposed to help enhance the flavor of, like, cabbage. If you grow mint near cabbage, or
Really?
I think tomatoes, it's supposed to enhance the flavor.
I
So-
never heard
So
that.
they complement the plant, or they can help with kind of deterring bugs. And
Exactly.
there's lots of different,
Yep.
beneficial.
Like nasturtiums or marigolds are supposed to be good pest repellents.
Wow.
Sending those around some of your,
That's pretty cool. I've never heard about this. This is
Yeah.
really good. See, we can learn
Lou's
some
going to be
things, can't we?
expanding his
Absolutely.
gardening.
I'm going to have to have you come over.
Yeah.
But in case you don't have a chance to bring you over to your own individual garden, the good news is you are here. You're in Des Moines now. You're not in Nevada for the next couple of days. You're here
Yep.
at the Home and Garden Show.
Yes, I'm speaking at the Home and Garden Show. Yep. And then I think on Sunday I'm going to talk a little bit about putting a cut flower garden in your own backyard.
Oh,
so
nice.
I think that's something I think more people are interested in as well. So
Beautiful. And if people want to find out more about Halftime Company, you have an online website and place to get registered for some of these upcoming workshops.
Our website, halftimecompany.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and if you're interested in learning about garden basics, you can text Garden Basics to 31996, and I have a 7-page handout to kind of give you an
Wow.
Oh,
idea.
hang on a
Very
second.
nice
I'm
and
going to do this.
generous.
I'm going to do this right now. Okay.
And you can catch them on Facebook there, Half-Time Company, and then Instagram, Halftime.
Yes.
31996. That's where I'm
Yes.
sending it to.
Yeah.
And then what do I need to put in the subject
Then it'll
matter?
ask it nothing.
Okay,
Oh,
just
you have to
nothing.
type Garden Basics into
Garden
the
Basics. Okay, I'm
Yep.
doing that right now. Just
with
to
a
make sure.
space.
Okay. Well, with a space.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Let me show you how easy this is. Okay. Is that what I need to do right there?
Yes.
Okay. Then, boom. There it
Right.
is. And the
then
process has
manual's-
begun. And there it is. It
on
just
its
came up.
way.
So how about that? That's
Awesome.
really
Good
cool.
information to
Thank
be
you
shared.
so
We look
much.
forward to hearing from you down at the show
Great.
as well.
Well,
so.
thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. It is 8:49 right